This effect is called paranormal. I mean, paranoia. But we're going to say it's paranormal now. Because paranoia is just a natural form of awareness. They can be brief. You'd be paranoid because you feel like you need to go check shit out. But then paranormal comes in because of new access to the great physics. Apparently, the split experiment had showed a paranormal event occur, and our misunderstanding of it is being filtered down. Things appear as other things. But the scientists that are currently at your universities, if you're paying for them, they can't tell you why something falls down. I know that to be a fact. You can take that up with Dan Winter. He will explain it. And then when you need to buy gravity applied to certain areas, that service will be available. And if you want to find out how shit really works, you probably ought to start at everything you thought you knew was wrong. Now, I know that this world is not a real world, but in my experience of this false reality, I'm not worried about what the reality is doing. I'm worried about my soul tokens, like my friend Matt says. Matt seems like he's a very close neighbor of mine. I really like him, and like I have to hold myself in greater account because I feel like my soul tokens and his need to be pulled together so that we can get the full group. That if we get the certain amount, we had already pre-agreed to try to purchase our soul family group. That's what we're going to do. So it seems to be something rememberable that feels right. That's a better fucking reason to experience this weird hologram projector. So here I am, and I'm showing these things. I'm making this video after my phone went off. Now what I've had to do as a person, but as a musician and a land acoustic engineer of life systems in their being rebooted, and as such, you will see here. This is the center of the resonant chamber called the house. These things resonate. My room is basically not really a good place for me to sleep at this time because it is currently like a science area. When I need sleep, I get on this couch right here because of the strangeness of how I labeled it way ahead of time when I was drawing a map of my world. I can show you the map. This is a mess because it's currently a lab. It is experiencing some of the fine-tuning involved in this ends of the house being a whole system resonator. Because you go outside like I'm about to do and show you what we're listening for. Which we don't really need our ears. We need our ears in our soul. And some of those a little lower than the elephants feel in their feet vibrations. I bring my friend Candace here. I put her to stand right here. Now, to be perfectly honest with you, there is a vine down here that if you sit on the vine and you ask it to remove from you your toxic chi, which all of us are full of, we gather more daily, it'll suck it right out. And within 24 hours, you will be hit with a sudden clarity. Now, I didn't realize that it worked that good until the first time. Now, because I am sort of fat myself, the angle of this slope is just enough to make it really hell coming back, but you got to use your breath. Now, I think this corona thing is an exercise in us learning how to rebreathe through our crown chakra. Spoiler alert. We can breathe our fucking chi energy through all our pores too. People aren't really talking about that as much. Well, I don't know. I want to discuss that. And furthermore, I have to let you in on a truth. That when I sit on that vine, I begin to imagine, who could I make love to after that? Sweet, or at least make out, because If that person is with me, and I prepared for it because I hid some rubbers in the area. Yes, that's a true thing. But see, because that is the carrot. And the stick, well, you people are the stick, because I just told you. But that is a thing, and I do believe that not only will that act heal the land because of the love required to even say something so foolish as that, and the fact that I don't have a girlfriend, I would have to give that love to one of just, I'd take Candace down there in kitty cat mode, but I've known her for a very long time. I find her periodically beautiful. It was a very long period of time before we had a relationship. It was brief, but I loved every minute of it. And then it ended, and then it sort of changed. But it's not that I don't believe in... I want to clear myself up here, because I do believe that man and woman would be at best a couple. Now, I know we live in a world with complex shit and all this stuff, but I don't think you should be fucking around with just anybody. I think you should at least have your heart chakra open enough to make sweet love to some person that might be your friend, because then you might not ruin your friendship. Let me tell you what, and if you need some physical contact, depending on if you're a male or a female, it will affect you different ways. The single mothers out there, let me tell you something. Another hidden truth. My first girlfriend was afraid to get pregnant, so I got to learn how to be a lesbian first. Then I found Pop Rocks. And nothing is a more booster to my ego than sharing that process with somebody who, I don't know, maybe looks good on a plate. Whatever. Is that too much to say? I don't know. But if I place out there, the actual nature and the what I want and my lust from the open part, not only do I win, I better myself, because I release some darkness and light comes in. Because you know what? I have to expose myself a little bit saying that, because I think that in my mind. And people see the effects of that in the energetic field, and it's been made known that, hey, motherfucker, you got to stop using your drugs and having your mind sex, which is all I get to have, because I don't have a partner, and I'm addicted to the process and still have some sort of a recovery mode. But I'm going through it. I'm a human. Each human is supposed to make themselves better, and by telling people what I go through, I do get better, and I find a way. I'm preparing myself to dwell in a world, this world being transformed, and I'm all about it. But when you stand right here, you feel it. You do feel it. And now we're in line with the sun. You can pull it up. There's different places like this in my yard. But that is all I wanted to say. My phone was off. I had the right person invited, one lady, but in this event, I'm having to merge all things that are the same, treating them equal. Number one, desired makeout partner is Mrs. Alyssa, because I feel our frequencies are so close, because she wants to, when she finds I'm doing something bad, she's either using technology to point the finger at me, or it's because she knows. And if she knows, that means she's part of the solution. Well, you know what? I just think people are more solution based. So I invite her over and I say, I will cook you a dinner and I will treat you like a lady. But I've already spent time with her in close combat. And I worked on my anger with my previous wife, who I love very much and don't get to talk to anymore. And my friend who she was dating and didn't tell me had committed suicide. And then I just remembered that I gave her Suicide Squad when I specifically got Guardians of the Galaxy and Suicide Squad. Candace, Guardians of the Galaxy I got for that, and then I got for the other part of the side, like those two are two different programs as far as I was concerned. I gave it to her. Now, if I gave that to her, and let me tell you, I got some Harley Quinn lust issues going on. And I saw the movie and I don't have it, but I do notice that they did battle the entity known to be Grandma in the form of the Enchantress, which is some real shit. It all seems to make sense to me. So I'm in no rush. But, you know, when I take something bad that's not healthy for me, and I like to do it, and I'm prone to just stay in that mode, it takes people that care about me to get me out of it. Now, in that case, I let her call that out. And I put the curse down so that were I to participate in the same way, I would be definitely bringing some heavy voodoo on me. So I couldn't do it. And the next day I was able to experience another friend come over with her firstborn son and put the blessing to him. So these are powers, these are gifts that the man has over the land if he has a proper relationship with the land in his father's house. Very strange things. But I think this rippling effect goes out to all the world. And at best, the music that comes out, you can get some sort of weird harmonic to the river because of the echo chamber that is the valley in here. So, you know, there's something to that. I discover it. That's why I play music, and I can play the fuck out of a guitar. And my dad's an engineer of sound. He's currently at the end of his life. I'm trying to inspire him to play more because I want him to stay alive, but yet it's most likely that I will be here when he dies, and I'll probably would go one morning to wake him up and find that this has occurred. And that's a hard thing to deal with, but this place where I'm at, I'm rooting my eternal soul because of the Stargate factor and the fact that I don't have to really be here or not just be a thought form in the time that I'm here, because I'm also occupying other space in the fifth dimension and, you know, other realms, because I've always had that ability. I'm holotropic. So there. But I did want to share that, because if I don't share that, people won't know where I'm coming from. And I do need help in the process, because I've already determined that I'm not going to be... Look, I'm a man designed to have a woe man. I don't care if she's friends with me so close that we can do certain things together. And I don't even mean sexual. I mean things that are designed for the spiritual union, like eat prayer. I can't do it alone and it'd be okay. So I have to seek from that vantage point. And I think by asking, I shall receive. But I didn't, I had a strange discovery of how we get off into this very aggressive sort of love of anger and a wrong sort of sex. More lower chakra orange domination of other sort of release. And the way I experienced it accidentally, and I saw the evil of it, and I would not participate anymore. I don't want to make that type of love, but I do love making some sweet orgasmic activity from the lady parts. Apparently, the female orgasm, when in the right placement of nature, is very restorative, ladies. So there, I've said that. And I've never done it. I've never yet one time made sweet love anywhere in any of these places. I've imagined it 100 times. Yes. Like that school bus tree that goes into the Enchanted Woods. That's a fucking school bus stop. There are many more like it. But it's not like that. It's not as much about that as it is returning that force back to nature. I just want to make that very clear, because I'm more interested in that. But I'm more likely to you know, take some stupid drug, lock myself in my room, discover these things, and then die. if I don't put this out there. So I did take measures to put an end to that. I did need her to call out the demon, and I took care of it. I took the trash out and I will share that on how the stars helped in the form of the last image you see. Bye.